Mr. Ronnie Johns is the State Gaming Control Board chairman. Hey, Mr. Ronnie, welcome back. Great talking to you once again, sir.
Good morning. How's everything in the Shreveport-Bossier area?
Well, at the other end of what we call the gopher-shaped broadcast table,
I'm ready to bet against the Tigers.
My longtime broadcast partner, Aaron McCarty, is borderline giddy about the, I guess, impending beginning of sports gaming in Louisiana. Is it really just days, if not just weeks away?
We're very, very close. I cannot give you a definitive date because I don't want to disappoint anyone, but we actually lost a couple of weeks of licensing time. Hurricane Ida really set us back. The entire division at Louisiana State Police Gaming was deployed for hurricane recovery, and rightfully so. So we lost a couple of weeks there, but they're back at it full time. They're going through the compliance procedures that we have in place. We've got to do it the right way. The legislature spelled it out very specifically in the legislation this past spring of how we have to do it. So we're getting very, very close to having the bricks and mortar casinos and racetracks in the state being able to start their sports betting operation.
What are the final steps that you guys take? Are the inspections of the facilities, where you go to each individual casino or whatever happens to be, and what are the final things you guys do?
Well, first of all, we've got to make sure that any of the vendors that they're using in their operations are in compliance with Louisiana state law. And actually, they do inspect the property to make sure that they're secured, that anyone under 21 years of age cannot get into the operation. It's a compliance issue, but it's very close. Out of the 20 that are eligible, we have 13 applications right now that are being worked on. The other 7 have assured me that they are going to be applying in the next few weeks. By law, they have until the end of the year to put in their application for one of the 20 original licenses.
Let me run down those. Let me run down those from the local boats. Has Boomtown applied?
I am not. I am not able to give you any names.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Have some of the local boats applied?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You're going to see the Shreveport-Bossier market represented very well in the initial licenses that go out.
Of the 13 that have applied, how many of those are in Shreveport-Bossier?
That I cannot give you those numbers either.
I told you she was giddy.
I understand y'all's frustration, but look, in all reality, we're really ahead of the anticipated date of when we passed the legislation. We really thought it would be the first of the year, so we're ahead of the ball game. I know everybody's anxious to get it started. Nobody more than me. I would tell you. Out of 50 phone calls that I get, 48 of them are about sports betting. So it's going to be a huge win for the state of Louisiana, and it's going to be done the right way.
Mr. Ronnie, Aaron, pardon me a sec.
I think y'all going to be proud of what we're going to do.
Aaron had noticed, I guess, from a story last couple of days that bettors will also be able to place sports bets on their phone. And she's got lots of questions about that. Will it be like 1-800-BET-NOW, or will it be an individual app for each individual boat? One big Louisiana online. How is that going to work exactly?
No, each individual property will have their own online vendor that they're going to use. Caesars has their own sports betting operation. Some may use vendors such as FanDuel or DraftKings.
So from my house, I could have that FanDuel app, and make bets from my house. I don't actually have to be at the gambling property.
That's coming down the road. That's not going to be in the initial licenses that we're getting ready to issue. We're going to issue strictly on-site property licenses initially. The online process is ongoing right now. They're going through the same vetting and compliance issues. I would give you, hopefully, maybe a couple of months from now, we're going to have actually online. But remember, that will be only in 55 of the 64 parishes that actually voted yes in the referendum back in 2020. The other 9 that voted no, they're going to be literally geo-fenced, as we call it, by technology. They're going to be geo-fenced out of being able to use online betting. That may be if you're in a parish that voted no, your phone app won't work. You may drive 5 miles across the parish line next to you that voted yes, and it's going to work. And the technology is incredibly accurate. I've seen it personally. It's going to work extremely well.
Mr. Ronnie, just
yes, we're going to have online.
Kind of splitting hairs here, I guess. But if like Aaron goes down to Boat X, so we're not mentioning names. If Aaron goes down to Boat X and places a bet in person, does that count toward the Louisiana total gaming revenue? Whereas if she goes on her phone and it's like just some great big national clearinghouse via the app, is that going to be credited to Louisiana's gaming revenue, and does it really matter?
Absolutely. In fact, online gaming is going to bring in a greater percentage of on a taxable rate. If you place a bet, any bets that are placed in bricks and mortar facilities are going to be taxed at 10% of their net win. If on online gaming, it's going to be taxed at 15% of net win. So actually, the tax rate is higher on online gaming, and yes, it is going to be credited to our state revenues.
Ronnie, one more question.
Yes.
If someone in this room happened to know somebody that maybe they've been betting with prior to this, what's going to happen to those sports bookies that have been operating local? Are they out of business, or will they still have a market?
You know, that's a good question, Aaron. I can't answer that. People who do sports bet tell me there will always be a market for the illegal bookies that are out there that provide no revenue to the state. But this, no doubt, is going to put a huge dent in that illegal market. The illegal market that I'm really concerned about more than your local bookie is these offshore online sports betting operations that, first of all, of course, provide no revenue to the state. Second of all, you hit a big win with one of these offshore online booking operations, there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid on your winnings. So we've heard some horror stories of people who have filed complaints about that, but guess what? You're just out of luck. So that's the one that I'm hoping we put the biggest dent in is the illegal offshore online operations. The local bookies are going to still be around, but not as prevalent as they've been in the past.
Okay, Ronnie, thank you for so much. Can you get it ready in time for the LSU Alabama game? I got to put a lot of money on Alabama.
Well, hopefully we'll surprise you. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
We're gonna as soon as these applications get to my desk, I'm going to be signing them and allowing these operations to get started. And we're anxious. We really are. We're
Roll
working hard
Tide, roll Tide. Did I really say that?
Mr. Ronnie Johns, State Gaming Control Board Chairman. Mr. Ronnie, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir. Great stuff.
Thank you all for having me.
You bet.
101.7 FM and 710 KEEL Sports just ahead. Here's Ruben.